Hello, YouTube family. This is Ravi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, I'm back with the third video of Flow Designer, and I'm continuing the series of Flow Designer currently. So, if you are very new to this channel, do share and subscribe for more beautiful content. And I'm so sorry that I am late, and I will try to be on time. The reason for being late is this vacation session not session season, and we have festivals like Diwali, Chhat Puja. So because of that, I was not available. I was traveling, so that is one of the reason that I was not able to bring the video. But nevertheless, let's start. And if you remember, we have created two videos on Flow Designers. You can check on the screen, part one and part two, where we trigger via catalog. Same, we triggered using a notification, how you can trigger a notification, how you can use a flow designer on the catalog. So today's session is how we are going to create subflows. Like in the flow designer, we have flows, we have actions, we have trigger conditions, and now we are going to create a subflow on the flow designer. So for example, let's go back and type here flow designer. Okay, once you type flow designer, on the left navigator or application navigator, you can see the page will appear in front of you. That is called your flow designer page. On this flow designer page, if you remember, we have created, I guess, YouTube comic catalog item. So if you are very new to this channel, go back and check the first video over here in the flow designer playlist using ServiceNow flow designer. And this is the one which I created. If I open it, yeah, let me open. And you will notice, let me little bit zoom in. Yeah, so we created for YouTube catalog. And if you remember, this is for a which catalog item? So it is, I guess, for Indian Comic Center. So from where this is coming, so if you remember, few months back, when I was showing you the video on ServiceNow service catalog, there I created a comic, Chaha Chaudhary and all those comics I created. So I will take you to that catalog item. So this is the homepage of service portal, which you all know. If you're following my videos, till here, you know everything. If you don't know everything, then you just have to revise the topics, whatever we have seen. So request something, and over here, all the catalog items will be listed. And I remember this was, let me type comic. Yeah, Indian Comic Center, if you remember. And through this Indian Comic Center, we are trying to create a task, approvals, and all that with the help of Flow Designer. So if I take you to this flow, if you remember, was a service catalog, and the variable name which I am selecting over here is, you will notice, Indian Comic Center. Now today's topic is how you can create a subflow and what is subflow. So the one which you are creating is a flow. If I go back, we have another option called subflows. What are subflows? So if you have noticed, in workflow, like legacy workflow, which we used to have, we have a when you call the workflow on any other workflow, that is called subflows, if you remember. If you go back to the workflow videos, there I have pulled the workflow as well, but it's okay. Don't go there. The subflow means you will create a flow similar to whatever you are seeing right now, like in the Indian comics store. Subflow similar to this. The only thing is that you can reuse it at multiple places. Like you can reuse their actions at multiple places. So you can create a subflow and call that subflow in any of the flow. So this is my flow designer. Okay, here I created the service catalog and all those options. Now let's say I have to accommodate something which I cannot add it over here. For example, let's say subflow steps is over. Maximum number of steps with ServiceNow allow you is 99. 99 steps you will be allowed. Let's say 100 steps you are creating, but ServiceNow is not allowing you. It will give you an error that maximum steps reached. In this case, you can create a subflow. And in Subflow, you can create a same kind of a flow designer, whatever the actions, approvals, and they can call it in a flow. That is the use of Subflow. So if I take you to the Google, if you type Subflow service now, just type here, you will notice the sequence of reusable action. Obviously, in a flow designer, we have actions. If you see here, what we have actions, we have trigger condition, we have if conditions, else conditions, all comes under the flow logics and all. Similarly, it is a kind of a flow only, but it is used as a sequence of reusable actions to the flow. So you can reuse it at any flow. So let's create a subflow first. So how to create this? Let's go back to the flow designer, go to the home page of it, click on create new and click on this option called subflow. To click on subflow, so you have to put a subflow name. Let's say any demo. So use approval. Let me approval subflow, something subflow, something like this I can give. Now you can put a description about your subflows. Application is global. Why? Because it is available to all the users. Global applications, not a custom application. Accessible from all scope. Now, if it is a global application, then only it will be accessible from all scope. It is not a global application. It can be any application. It can be accessed only through that scope. So I will create a detailed video on application creation very soon. And you can choose the category. I will not do all this. Just click on submit. As anyhow, we have to do like this only. Give the subflow name and submit it. You will notice approval subflow is coming up over here. And under this thing, you will find two options. What input I am giving and what output I will receive. So let's say my requirement is whenever an Indian comic, somebody is going to submit the record, let's say it's go for the approval. Simple, you can do it with the normal flow designer. You can go to the normal flow designer, you can go with the option called ask for approval. We did it. If the age is 15 years, ask for approval. Now here what I want is, once the record is submitted, after this point, plus sign, I will use the subflow. In this subflow, it will trigger a approval. It can do anything, guys. I'm just giving an example of approval. It can create a record, it can send notification, it can send trigger integrations, everything it can do it. Just for this example, I'm going to create a subflow that will trigger a that will trigger a approval. So how to create it? So once you are in subflow part, you have two options, input and output. Input means giving input. Let's say you are charging your phone, you are giving an input to your phone. What output you are receiving? You are receiving a backup of 8 hours. That is called output. Similarly, in ServiceNow, in Flow Designer, we have two things in subflows: approval input. Sorry, not approval. Approval is just a name. Subflow input and subflow output. So if I click on it, it's asking me what input I have to give and what output I will be receiving. So for that, let's click on this plus sign. I'm going to add an input, and let's say my input name is, let's say requested. You can give any name. It's just a label. Requested item. And remember, guys, you know that flow workflows will eventually give you the record on the SC requested item table, if you remember. First, it create a request, then RITM. So I'm giving a label as requested item. We'll click outside. You can see automatically this name is coming. Now this is important. So I have to give I have to give an input like this. So this is the reference field coming from which table? Requested item. So I have to give here whatever you want. You can choose as per your requirement. But here my requirement is requested item is present on which table? Requested item. So it should be it should be part of your reference. You will type your reference. Let's see. Yeah, it's coming reference. Click on it and give a dot. Getting my point? So it is asking you which table to select. So I will select the table called requested item. REQUE, requested item. Why requested item? Because approvals are triggered over there. If you remember, all the approvals, I will show you the demo also. That time you will notice all the approvals are triggered using the requested item on the requested item table. So I will select this. That's all. And what output I will receive? So let's see. So what I want is I want the approval to be triggered. So let me put a label here as plus sign approval. Okay. And if you know, if you have done hands-on, really hands-on on ServiceNow, if you have seen my videos also, there's a table, if you remember, approval table. You can pause the video and you can tell me the name of the approval table. So approval table name is sys approval. And on that approval table, you have choices: approved, rejected. All these choices are present on the approval table. Let me show you. So let me scroll down. My approvals, sys approval. This is the table. Okay. Now, open any of this. Let me open this. You will notice Under this, we have a choice: approve, reject, cancel. All these options are coming under the choice called state. Correct? Similarly, if you go to the flow designer, where it is, I think this is the one. Yeah. I am just giving a type called choice. Why choice, you will get to know. Once I give a type choice, it is giving me the option here. Name, max length, choice, all these options. So I'm going to choose a drop down without, with none, choice list, reference existing choice list on the table. So if I select this, it will ask me which table I want to select. So obviously I want the approval. So approval is on which table? It is on the sys approval table. So I will select here the table name, as simple as that. Sys approval. See, automatically this is coming. Correct. So again, I'm repeating why I'm selecting this. The reason for selecting this is because choice table should be approval. And once you are in approval table, we have this option called approved or reject. As simple as that. So what is the choice field? State. It's coming up. Correct, guys? See, what is the choice field on this table? I have only one choice field. You know this type, correct? You can right click. You can go to the show state and you can see the type. This type is string, but the choice are created. So I can right click over here. Let me take you. Right click, configure dictionary, and there you will find at the down that it is of type. If it of 8 choices, sorry, it is having 8 choices: duplicate, cancel, everything is there already, guys. You don't have to worry on that. So it means that I'm going to pick an option called choice, and the choice will be these are. So here I'm going to choose a state. That's all. So what will happen? Input, reference field from the RITM table, and it will trigger an approval from this one. So output should be approval because my subflow says that. If your output is to create a record, you will not see choice. You will choose a string or whatever you want to create. It's all up to you how you wanted to create. So that's all, and then you're done. So my subflow input and outputs are created. Now, what action I'm going to perform? So obviously my action is to ask for approval. So ask for approval. Okay, we got this. Let me little, yeah. Now, which record to be dragged and drop? You know that. It should be coming from which table? Requested item table. So drag and drop, as simple as that. So requested item is automatically selected, and you can notice everything is selected now. What is the rule? So all user can approve. Now, if you're not familiar with this one, guys, you can go back and check the first video where I have discussed everything about it. So you can go back and check, no issues. Now, who is going to approval? Let's say for this purpose, I'm adding a user called, oh, let me add a user. So click on this. Alex. I can add multiple user. So first Alex, and then I'm adding Adam. So 2 users I am adding, hard coding it. You can use requested for manager also. How to use it? Go to the speaker. What input you have selected? The input we have selected is reference field to the not sys, SC requested item table. You click on this, it will take you to the requested item table. You can choose your manager from here. Requested for, and here you can go and check your manager. That's okay. You can do that. That's very simple. Okay. So if it is approved, these users will receive a approval to approve or reject it. So that's all. If you want to give for the rejection part, you can go to this option. Let me show you. Click on or let me click on and or if it is reject, then all user can reject. Same user I can select. So I can click on this, Adam and Alex. Okay, these two, one can approve and one can reject. That's all. Once it is approved or rejected, it depends on this action. And one last action, I will do it. So I'm going to update the requested item table. So how to update? Just type here update, UPDAT. Just type update. You will get a lot of options. Click on the first one called ServiceNow code, and you have to choose this option called default record under update. So what I'm going to update? I'm going to update the requested item table. So simple requested item. What I'm going to update? So state, I'm going to update to close incomplete. I will give an additional comment like request cancelled due to due to uh, due to sorry, close complete, request accepted. You can do it for this one also, guys. If condition, you can use it. That's all. Or you can use the if condition. So let me do that. Let me delete this, no issues. Let me add if conditions. So click on this flow logic, if. So whatever the approval I receive, so let's say if it is approved, fine, click on this, ask for approval, status, state, if it is approved. This all we have done already, guys. You can go back and check the video. What action I'm going to perform? I'm going to perform an action called ServiceNow code. Under that, you just search for update. And under the update, click on update record. Under the update record, what you need, you want to update the requested item. You will select the requested item, and here you will choose the state as close complete. An additional comment. You can put anything, your wish. And additional comments, and here you can put request approved. That's all, as simple as that, done. So if it is approved, else it is, I can write a else also. So I can update a record if it is approved. Now if it's ending over here, and I will write here again logic, else what else I'm going to write, update the same record, but this time you are going to update with the close incomplete. ServiceNow code, update record. Okay. State, close incomplete, and you can put additional comment as request rejected. Guys, you can do a lot of stuff. It's just a demo I'm showing you for your betterment for the ServiceNow interviews. But now you can create an incident from here. You can create a notification from here. You can trigger integrations also, that I will show you the next video. How you can trigger integrations from ServiceNow Flow Designer, and that's all. So first, let's save this. Once you save this, make sure that you click on publish before using it on the other flow. So I have created a subflow. So what is subflow? Subflow is basically use actions that can be reused on the other flow. So this is completed. I will copy this name. I will go to my flow designer, which I've already created, and let me add it over here. Click on plus sign, and I will add a subflow, and my subflow name is approval subflow. Okay, there you go. Click on this, and now see approval subflow will be added, and it's asking you wait for completion requested item. So obviously, which table it is? Requested item table. So you can drag and drop. That's all done. So it will go to the approval subflow, and after this, it will check for the reader age. So let's save it, and let's activate this flow, and let's submit a catalog item. So let me activate this. Yeah, it takes some time to activate, so you don't have to worry. So if you are on the latest version of ServiceNow Vancouver, the instances which I feel is little slow as compared to the older one. Ping me in the comment section what you feel about it. So that's all. I will close everything. Okay, let me close the, or let it be flow. Let me refresh this page. That's all. After refreshing the page, okay. Now let me choose the reader age. Let's say 15 years. Cartoon, let's say Chacha Chaudhary. Click on submit. Okay. Request is created. I'll copy this number. I will search in the global search. That's all. And under this request, you will find your requested item. So if my flow is running correctly, I will be receiving a email or approval email, you can say, or approval will be triggered. Scroll down. So 15 plus year, and you can notice scroll down up to approvals. Alex and Adam. That means that my subflow is running. Correct. So let me show you how you can check your subflow. You can click on flow context also, or you can delete this as of now. I will show you again how you can test it. So let me delete this. You can click on the flow context and you can directly land up on the ServiceNow page. ServiceNow flow designer page where you can check how your flow is moving. But let's say you don't want to click on that. So I'll copy the RITM number. Let me go to the flow designer and click on this option test. Give your RITM, which you have just now created, and just run the test. So my test is running correctly. It will give me a link over here, which you all know. Once you click on the link, it will take you to the flow execution. Same thing, guys. It is over here. Evaluation completed. Yeah, let me go back and check, refresh the page. It is showing only one. Okay, let me just go back and do it again, guys. Maybe this is the old one. Oh, my bad. Let me close this. I have added where it is. Let me refresh the page. I'm so sorry. Yeah, now it is there. Now I'll click on test and let me delete this. So that was not refreshed, my mistake. No issues. Every time if you want to test, you can refresh the page and you can see whether your subflows are there or not, because that was taking the old one. Now I will put the requested item back. That's all. Run the script, run the test, and it will give you a link over there. Yeah. Okay. Click on that. Now see, approval subflow is waiting. What is inside the approval subflow? You can notice here. It is taking the RITM, which is starting with a 9BF21. So let me check what is the SysID. Correct. It is the correct SysID. See here. Okay. Now what is inside it? It is waiting. So what it is waiting? It is waiting for the approval to approve or reject. So how we can check? So go back and just refresh it. You will see two options, Adam and Alex. Let me approve it. Right click approve. Once I approve it, correct? Refresh the page. Approved. And now let's where it is. This one, this button is there, guys. Refresh it and you will notice this will be yeah. Press the page. Now the reader is 15. Refresh the page and you will notice still waiting. We need to check why it is still waiting. We will check that now. Ask for approval. Okay, both of the person has to approve. I'm so sorry. We have added both the person and his requested. So you can right click and approve it. Yes, yes. All the users to approve. If you remember, I have added in the flow. Now see, it is done. See, state close completed, and here request approved. This is running because if I refresh the page now, everything is completed. And even in your YouTube catalog item, if I refresh the page, this is also completed. That's all. So you can use your subflows in any of the flow designer which you have created, any of the flow you have main flow you have created, and you can keep on working. So if you notice here, why it was asking for two approvals, because if you go back on the original one and just open the subflows. How to open it? Click on this option, expand option. Once you click on expand option, you will notice ask for approval, and here all user approved. So I have added first user and second user. I would have done like this, any wants to approve. But in my case, I have selected all user approve. So one by one, everyone has to approve. Then only it will go to the next step. Correct? So this is called subflows. And that's all for today. If you have any question, do ping in the comment section or do join the WhatsApp group. I will give the link in the chat. And from there, you can ask the question. And in the next video, we are going to see ServiceNow integrations. So this is the third video on the flow designer. I will bring more videos. Obviously, the flow designer will not complete here. It will complete in another 2, 3 more videos. But still, I'm going to continue this integration series where I'm going to bring the video from ServiceNow to Jira integrations. That time we are going to see how you can integrate ServiceNow with a third party Jira, how you can create a ticket on there from ServiceNow, and how you can get a response back from Jira. So that's all for today. If you're very new to this channel, do share and subscribe, and don't forget to like the video. Thank you so much. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, thank you.